Cooper Marcher here. I usually do a story. Oh, wait a minute. Happy Catterday, everybody. Almost forgot. I usually do a story every year about some of my favorite people, the Shelburne leaf people. What are leaf people, you ask? They are delightfully well-dressed scarecrows placed close to Route 7 and streets in Shelburne. They are dressed in clothing and accessories, and they greet leaf peepers from all over. As the foliage begins to turn to its autumn colors, in Shelburne we have yet another sign of the season. The roadsides are lined with dozens of brightly colored figures known as the leaf people, a name coined as an inside joke in a state where we welcome lots of annual visitors known as leaf peepers. For the past 16 years, the leaf people have been a labor of love for Sue, Gracie, Penny, whose garage on Harbor Road is a year-round storage warehouse for the wooden frames that are the bodies, and the array of clothing that Sue gathers at garage sales and browsing the racks at thrift stores. It is also the workshop where she transforms the simple T-shaped frames into fashionably dressed people, all sporting bright colors, fun hats, and sometimes even wearing high-heeled shoes. Sue creates around 65 leaf people, and with some volunteer help, plants them along Route 7 and in strategic locations throughout Shelburne. As in years past, the reaction from the public is enthusiastic and complimentary, voicing appreciation for the bright, cheerful additions to the scenery at a time when everyone seems to have a special need for something cheerful to focus on. And as in the past, calls of appreciation from tourists from as far away as Malaysia and Sweden who have passed through Shelburne and fell in love with the greeters, Sue says. I'm always surprised at how people look forward to the leaf people. It's fun to see their reactions and hear their comments. Shelburne's leaf people's story had an earlier chapter, the happenstance and the volunteer effort that originally brought them to town. In 1997, Sherry Cooley was an energetic, creative, and imaginative member of the Shelburne community. She drove through Brandon and came home to tell her friends and fellow members of the Shelburne Business and Professional Association that along the streets of Brandon she had seen the most delightful, smile-triggering scarecrows. She thought Shelburne should adopt the idea. In the fall of 2006, no leaf people waved to passerbys. As then president of the SBPA, Todd Whitaker explained, with the pressures of managing the Shelburne Farmers Market and many other projects, there were no hands available to tackle the Leaf People project. But the absence of those bright figures in town was the spark that lighted Sue Penny's imagination, and we are all grateful for her hard work and enthusiasm. Mom took me on a drive yesterday so we could check out the Leaf People, and believe me, they never disappoint. They are some of my favorite people. Cooper Marcher here. Ciao.